there, let's read Awesome Autumn with all kinds of fall facts and fun. Autumn is a season of awesome changes. Look around in autumn and you'll see a lot of changes happening. These changes take plants, animals, and people from the hot days of summer to the cold days of winter. Days get colder, so your clothes get heavier. At the beginning of autumn, you might be comfortable running around in a t-shirt and shorts. By the end of autumn, you're more likely to be wearing a sweater, long pants, and a jacket. See? Days get shorter and nights get longer. Autumn begins on the autumnal equinox. In the northern hemisphere, that's a day near September 22nd, when day and night are both 12 hours long. Autumn ends on the winter solstice. In the northern hemisphere, that's a day near December 22nd. It's the shortest day of the year. Leaves change color. Why do leaves change? To understand the answer, you need to know why leaves are green in spring and summer. The green color in a leaf comes from chlorophyll. Unlike you, plants make their own food, and they use chlorophyll to do it. This green chemical traps energy from sunlight. Plants use the energy to grow. Summer days are long and bright, so leaves have plenty of light to make food. In autumn, days get shorter. Many plants stop making food when daylight decreases. As days get shorter, leaves stop producing chlorophyll. The trees don't need it anymore. When the chlorophyll is gone, we can see new colors in the leaves. Those are the colors of autumn. Another name for autumn is fall. But how do leaves know when it's time to fall? Some trees have leaves that can't survive in winter. Their branches and trunks are strong enough to live through the cold, short days ahead, but their thin green leaves are too delicate and would die in the cold. That's why these trees drop them. Leaves have veins that carry fluids in and out of the leaf. As autumn days get shorter, the veins begin to close off. Fluids stop moving in and out. A layer forms at the base of each leaf where it hangs on the tree. Finally, this layer completely seals off the leaf from the tree. When the leaf is no longer connected to the living part of the tree, it can fall. Trees that drop their leaves in autumn are called deciduous trees. What happens to all those leaves? Leaves that fall can help keep the environment healthy. As they break down, they give food to the earth and to tiny living things in the soil. Fallen leaves also act as sponges. They mix with the soil to help it hold rainwater. What trees did these leaves come from? Ash, elm, hornbeam, linden, ginkgo, chestnut, acacia, beech, birch, dogwood, hickory, oaks, maples, tulip tree, sweet gums, willow, sassafras, 3 different leaf shapes found on the same tree. What else falls to the ground? Acorns, maple seeds, Osage oranges, the monkey brains, plain tree nuts, Chinese lanterns, honey locust seed pods, pine cones, and horse chestnuts, also known as buckeyes. How does autumn feel? Fluffy, icy, bumpy, smooth, slimy, spiky, slippery, crispy, soft, warm, hard. Not everything changes in autumn. Evergreens stay evergreen. Evergreens are tough enough to stay green all winter. Their leaves, needles or leaves are covered with a heavy wax that helps them survive in the winter. This wax keeps the moisture in an evergreen from freezing. Pine, cedar, holly, fir, hemlock, spruce. Autumn brings frost. How does frost form? Frost is frozen dew. But what's dew? Air looks invisible, but it isn't empty. Air always has some moisture in it. The air close to the ground gets moisture from soil and plants. During cool nights, the moisture in the air also cools. Moisture becomes droplets on plants, the ground, and even spider webs. These drops are dew. In autumn, nighttime temperatures can drop below the freezing point. Moisture in the air freezes into ice crystals. That's frost, and it can mean trouble for plants. When the temperature is cold enough to form frost, water inside the plant freezes too. As a result, the plant may die. Before the frost comes, it's time to harvest crops. Farmers use everything from their hands to mighty machines. Some crops are best harvested by hand to make sure they don't get bruised. Other crops are best harvested by machine. A combine is used to harvest grains like wheat, barley, rye, and corn. The name comes from the fact that it combines 3 different jobs: cutting, threshing, and cleaning. First, the machine pushes stalks of grain into the correct position and cuts them. Next, a conveyor carries the grain into the threshing drum. That's where the chaff, the outer part of the grain that can't be eaten, is removed. Finally, the grain is cleaned and then transferred to a truck that carries it to be milled. How does autumn taste? Lots of crops are ripe and ready to eat in the fall. Apples, pumpkins, pears, plums, and more. A cornucopia is a horn of plenty. It's filled with fruits, nuts, and vegetables that you can taste in autumn. What shape is autumn? Look for shapes in autumn. What do you see that's round? What do you see that's shaped like a triangle or an eye? How does autumn sound? Boo! Spooky nights. Munching tasty fall treats. Honk! Geese on the go. Crinkle! Leaves under your feet. Swoosh! Wind in trees. Hooray! Fans at a football game. Thwack! Combine cutting wheat. Hiss! Black Halloween cat. Gobble! Thanksgiving turkey. In autumn, some birds leave town. Many birds migrate. They fly south to spend the winter where it's warmer and food is more plentiful. You might see geese or other birds flying in a V. This pattern saves energy. The bird in front works the hardest, cutting through the air's resistance. The air behind the front bird has a little less resistance, so it's easier to fly through. Birds take turns flying in front. Here are some birds that migrate: swans, duck, goose, pelican, Arctic tern, egret. The tiny Arctic tern has the longest migration of any animal. Every year, this 4-ounce bird flies more than 44,000 miles from Greenland to Antarctica and back again. Wow. Migrating isn't just for birds. Ocean waters get colder in the autumn. Dolphins and whales also migrate, following warmer water currents. Some insects migrate too. Monarch butterflies, grasshoppers, and some dragonflies travel hundreds or even thousands of miles to reach their winter homes. Some animals don't migrate south. They migrate down. Mountain goats, bighorn sheep, and elk that live high in the mountains during the summer move down to lower, warmer lands in the autumn. Some animals don't move in autumn. Instead, they stop moving. Many animals become much less active in the late fall. Chipmunks, hedgehogs, bats, frogs, toads, and even earthworms hibernate. They seem to be sleeping for a very, very long time. Their body temperature and heartbeat decrease. They live off fat stored in their body. Bears spend the cold season in caves, hollow trees, or dens. They can sleep for as long as a month, but they can also wake up if they are threatened. Before they go to sleep, bears prepare their sleeping areas by lining them with dried leaves and grasses. These materials help to keep out the cold. Animals who stay awake in the winter use autumn days to get ready for the cold. Many animals stay where they are all year round. In the autumn, they gather food while it is plentiful. Squirrels, beavers, and other mammals store food for the winter. Some mammals, like foxes, grow thicker fur in the autumn. This helps them stay warm as temperatures drop. Other mammals, like snowshoe hares and the ermine, even change colors. Their fur changes from brown to white to blend in better with the winter snow. See this side, summer, winter, summer, winter. What do people do in autumn? Rake leaves in a pile, then jump, play soccer and football. People still play baseball in autumn too. The World Series ends baseball season in October. What will you be on Halloween? Halloween comes every October 31. It began as a holiday to bridge the light part of the year and the dark part. People wore masks and costumes to scare away spirits from the dark world. Today, many kids wear costumes to go trick-or-treating. Some costumes are scary. Others are silly. When you put on a costume, you get to pretend you are someone or something else for a little while. What food will you share on Thanksgiving? Thanksgiving started as a harvest festival. Families gather together to show they are thankful for the food of the growing season. Thanksgiving traditions go back to 1621. The Pilgrims of the Plymouth Colony wanted to celebrate their first successful harvest in a new country. The Wampanoag, an eastern Native American tribe, joined the festivities, which lasted 3 days. Green beans, pecan pie, gravy, turkey, Brussels sprouts, yams, mashed potatoes, pumpkin pie, sweet corn, cranberry sauce, stuffing. People in the United States celebrate Thanksgiving on the 4th Thursday in November. In Canada, Thanksgiving comes on the second Monday in October. Finally, the last change of autumn arrives. Awesome autumn turns into wonderful winter. Soon the cool of fall turns into the cold of winter. Tree branches are bare. A blanket of fresh snow might cover the leaves on the ground. What other changes will winter bring? And then this shows some some awesome autumn activities. Leaf rubbings, pressed leaves, roasted pumpkin seeds, hand turkey, fall mobile, gourd geese. And then if you want to pause to see the instructions for how to make any of those, you can. But they are fun fall activities that you can do. And that's it for Awesome Autumn with all kinds of fall facts and fun. I hope you enjoyed that. I hope you subscribe and you come back often, and we'll see you next time on Stories with Grandma.